Ladies and gentlemen, this is a story that came out on NPR. January 10th, 2019, 6 boxes of files related to Mumia Abu-Jamal case found in Philadelphia storage room. So, ladies and gentlemen, look, I, for one, do not believe Mumia should even be in jail. There is just too many things in doubt about this case. But see, this is the result of trying to convict people with little to no evidence, especially if they are Black people in this country. But evidence must be provided, hard evidence if it's anybody else. So this is how you chose to run your system. And now, when these cases come up with a lot of doubt, what do? You know, if people would have looked closely at this case, you would have realized this man never should have been placed in jail 30 years ago. But let's get into it. Days after Christmas, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner and some of his assistants were rummaging around in an out of the way storage room in the office looking for pieces of furniture. What they stumbled upon was surprising. 6 boxes stuffed of files connected to the case of activist Mumia Abu-Jamal. More than 30 years ago, he was convicted of killing a police officer in a racially charged case. Now, ladies and gentlemen, they paid a whole bunch of witnesses to take the stand against Mumia. Now, you know that's not normal or right, but that's how bad they wanted to nail this man. He and his supporters have long maintained his innocence. 5 of the 6 boxes were marked McCann, a reference to the former head of the office homicide unit, Ed McCann. Some of the boxes were also marked Mumia, or the former Black Panther's full name, Mumia Abu-Jamal. It's also unknown what exactly the files say. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very common for them to hide evidence. I have done videos on police officers having evidence in their damn garage, or they take the evidence and put it in some type of storage place because they want these folks found guilty. And they know a lot of the evidence that they have can get them off. That's why they do stuff like this. They'll store it or try to destroy it because they know they put an innocent person in jail. Okay. So the contents of the box will shed new light on the case that for decades has garnered worldwide attention. But in a letter to the judge presiding over Abu-Jamal's case, Assistant District Attorney Tracy Kavanaugh wrote, "Nothing in the Commonwealth database show the existence of these 6 boxes." Again, hiding evidence that could have clearly cleared this man 30 years ago. This evidence didn't just manifest itself. It's been around for 30 years. And the person that stored it put it in a place where they know a lot of people didn't go in that storage closet looking for things. So they knew it wasn't going to be found for a long time. We're in the process of receiving these boxes. The surprise discovery comes just weeks after Philadelphia judge reinstated appeals rights to Abu-Jamal, saying the former radio journalist and activist should get another chance to re-argue his case in front of the Pennsylvania Supreme Court due to a conflict of interest one of the justices had at the time Abu-Jamal's petition was denied. Abu Jamal's supporters are seizing on the mysterious 6 boxes as proof that his innocence has been systematically suppressed by authorities. And I agree with that. There's no question in my mind that the only reason they could have been hidden like this is that this is the evidence of the frame up of Mumia. I agree with that. Okay, Rachel Wilkinstein, who has been a legal advocate and activist for Abu Jamal for more than 30 years. What these missing boxes represent is confirmation of what we've known for decades. There's hidden, they hid this evidence, ladies and gentlemen, just to ensure he would be found guilty. That's exactly what they did. They knew what they were doing when they stored these boxes away for nobody to find. The Philadelphia District Attorney's Office did not say anything about what is in the boxes or whether there is evidence that the files, you know, eh, demonstrate that he even committed the crime. So believe me, ladies and gentlemen, when they go through this box, they're going to find compelling evidence on why this man never should have been jailed. I mean, seriously, why hide the boxes if he was really guilty? Just like in any case where they're hiding evidence, they take it home, they store it in their garage, they store it in some closet or rent some facility and store it there. So, ladies and gentlemen, it just go to show you everyone from the prosecutor to the judge and the police did everything they could to keep any evidence out. They covered up the evidence just to make sure he would go down. I used to listen to Mumia back in the day. He used to do really great commentary, and he would be on a station called WDAS back in the day. And he would come on and give these different commentaries back then. And they were always very Afrocentric type commentaries for the Black community. And a lot of people liked it. And I remember when he finally disappeared from the airwaves and it was announced that he was in some kind of connection with the death of a police officer. And I remember we were all surprised. We went from hearing this man every day to him suddenly being in jail and being caught up in the system. But one thing about Mumia, he never stopped saying he was innocent in this whole thing. There were a lot of people on the scene when that cop was shot. It's no telling who really did it. But I don't believe Mumia did it. I don't. But now that they have found these 6 boxes of evidence that's been stored away and hidden, I have no doubt that they knew all along this man was innocent. I have no doubt about it. We don't know what's in the content, but there's a reason why they wanted this evidence stored away and hidden. Okay, in a 2-page letter to the court, Assistant District Attorney Kavanaugh wrote that if Judge Leon Tucker would like to review the boxes, prosecutors will turn them over. Tucker, who is the same judge who ordered that Abu Jamal should be given a new appeals argument, has not weighed in on the newly discovered boxes. But in his opinion last month, Tucker said former Pennsylvania Supreme Court Justice Ronald Castile should have recused himself from hearing Abu Jamal's petition because he had a lot of bias towards him. And I remember that. Since Castile himself was Philadelphia attorney when the case was actively on appeal. True justice must be completely just without even a hint of partiality, lack of integrity. Yeah, and I agree with that. I remember that Ronald Castile. I remember him. You know, as far as I'm concerned, he never should have been near a criminal system at all because of all of the biases this man had, especially towards Black men. Prosecutors have not taken a position yet on Tucker's opinion. The files unearthed in the 6 boxes could influence whether Krasner's office supports or opposes a new hearing for Abu-Jamal. Wilkin said the thousands of people who have joined the Free Mumia movement around the globe should be able to review the documents themselves. These documents should be released publicly. Wilkin said the remedy for this is nothing less than dismissal of Mumia's charges and his release from prison. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? So here's the letter from the district attorney's office. All right. And I'll leave the link to this article so that you can review it. All right. And, this is a shame what has happened to him, but it's the same travesty of justice that we have seen in the case of many Black men and women in this country. Their intention is to put you in jail at all costs, even if it means hiding crucial evidence that could have kept you out of jail. But one thing I can say, I'm pulling for Mumia. And I'm hoping that 2019, he will finally be released from prison. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I will see you on the next video. Peace, family.